After a rough outing at AT&T Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys find themselves in a familiar yet frustrating position. Sunday's 4-4-1-9 blowout loss to the New Orleans Saints echoed the painful memories of their last appearance at home. A crushing defeat by the Green Bay Packers in the previous season's wild card round. Despite the changes in personnel and coaching staff, the Cowboys' performance left fans and analysts questioning the team's readiness and execution. The loss to the Saints marks one of the worst home opening defeats in the Cowboys' history since Jerry Jones acquired the team in 1989. Only a 4-1-1-4 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2000 tops this in terms of magnitude. With a second worst loss of this kind on their record, the Cowboys organization, from the top brass to the players, is feeling the pressure. Cornerback Trevon Diggs, who had to sit out last season's playoff game due to a knee injury, succinctly captured the sentiment of the team. Unacceptable, this word resonates with a fan base that has grown weary of witnessing a lack of progress despite the changes made in the offseason. Jerry Jones, ever the optimist, acknowledged the team's struggles but emphasized the long season ahead. "We've got so much ahead of us," he stated, implying that this loss could serve as a learning experience. He reiterated the belief in the team's talent and the journey ahead, suggesting that the Cowboys have the capability to bounce back from this early setback. The contrast between the Cowboys' Week 1 victory over the Cleveland Browns and Sunday's debacle couldn't be starker. The Cowboys' defense, now under the guidance of new coordinator Mike Zimmer, seemed unprepared for the Saints' onslaught. New Orleans racked up 290 yards in the first half alone, surpassing the Cowboys' total yards allowed in their season opener by 60 yards. The Saints' relentless offense drew parallels to the Packers' dominance in the playoffs, a bitter pill for Dallas to swallow. Notably, the Saints' offensive efficiency stood out. They converted on every third down in the first half, while the Cowboys' defense struggled to find an answer. The Saints' 3-5-1-6 halftime lead tied for the most points allowed by the Cowboys in the first half in franchise history. The parallels with their loss to the Packers were undeniable, despite Dak Prescott's insistence that this year's team is different. Prescott, coming off a game where he threw multiple interceptions for the first time since last season's loss to the San Francisco 49ers, dismissed the notion of comparing this year's squad to last year's. "We're talking two completely different teams, honestly," he said, emphasizing that while the loss was a blow, it's part of a new chapter for the team. Sunday's defeat ended a 16-game regular season home win streak for the Cowboys, underscoring the significance of this loss. Alvin Kamara of the Saints became only the fifth player in NFL history to score 4 touchdowns in a game against the Cowboys, a testament to the Saints' dominance on both sides of the ball. New Orleans scored touchdowns on their first 6 possessions, turning the second half into a mere formality. Head coach Mike McCarthy acknowledged the criticism but insisted on looking forward. He highlighted the defensive changes made in the offseason, particularly focusing on bolstering the run defense, which was not evident in this game. The Cowboys allowed 190 rushing yards, with Kamara contributing 115 of those. It was a disappointing showing for a defense that was supposed to have improved. Edge rusher Micah Parsons spoke candidly about the team's performance, saying, "Whoever played on that field, everyone didn't play to 100%. That's just me being accountable and saying the truth. We all got to play better." His words reflect a team that knows its potential but is currently falling short. As the Cowboys look to rebound, they face another tough challenge in the Baltimore Ravens, led by quarterback Lamar Jackson. Prescott emphasized the need for a reset, indicating that the team needs to regroup and focus on the next game. "We've got to respond. We're not going undefeated. It's about getting back to it and finding a way to respond," he asserted. The Cowboys have the talent and the leadership to turn this early season disappointment into a lesson. Sunday's game against the Ravens will be a test of their resilience and ability to adapt. Fans will be watching closely to see if this team can rise above the adversity and fulfill the promise that comes with wearing the star.